Okay, here we are. It is Giving Day. Yay! So today's the day we've been ramping up for. My name is Victoria. I'm with the Samuel Foundation and a proud sponsor and donor of the Anaheim Community Foundation. And we are supporting them today on their ImpACT Anaheim Giving Day by doing the series of Facebook Lives. And today's the day. So we have 24 hours of giving, 24 hours of straight giving with a goal of $75,000. And so far, I'm happy to say we have 76 donors that have contributed already as of 9:45 this morning, $16,000 and $16,800 raised for all 9 organizations. So we're at 22% of our goal. So it's not even 10 o'clock yet. So that's something to celebrate. And I have with me Sheila Teevans, who is not only a good friend, but also an Anaheim resident. And she has a peer-to-peer fundraising page for ACF. So I thought it'd be fun to kickstart the morning with one of our peer-to-peer fundraisers and talk about why you love Anaheim and why you love this fund and what inspired you to participate today. So Sheila, take it away.
Sure. Yeah, well, I live in Anaheim with my family. We've lived here for 11 years, and we kind of stumbled into the city in some ways, but we just really love it. There's so many great things about the city and what it offers. We've often joked that it's kind of like living in a big city, but with a small town feel because people really do know each other, and there's a great kind of neighborhood feel to it, but it's this huge city that you don't even realize all of the things that are happening here. And so we've been really lucky to get to know people who have served on city council or who work for the police department or John at the community foundation,
Yeah.
people who work for Disney. And there's just so much happening. It's a really vibrant city. And so one of the things that I think is great is that we have this community foundation, and it just does a lot of really great work while kind of flying under the radar.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that I learned in talking with John and with you, Victoria, is this scholarship program where the foundation can help families who might have kids who want to do like a city program, a city camp, but they can't afford it. And we all know what the needs are, and we know that there are families who are really struggling. And I know that my kids really benefited from some of these community services. My kids have done, just volleyball camps and basketball camps that kind of gave them an introduction to the sport and just a healthy place and activity to do during the summer. My daughter's done some art programs. My kids haven't, but I know a lot of my friends, their kids participated in some of the youth camps through like the Oak Canyon Nature Center. And these are just really, really great programs. They, I think, are just such a healthy environment for kids. So, as a mom, I really believe in what that offers. And I just don't want to see any kid not have that experience because their family can't afford it, especially this year when kids have been out of school. I think we all, again, as parents, just recognize, the challenges that all kids have faced these past few months. And just the ability to do a class, to do a camp, I just think it's more critical than ever. And again, I just don't want a kid to not have that experience because they can't afford it. And the foundation offering that scholarship program is just something that really means a lot to us. And that's one of the things that I'm really promoting through my page is that that idea of the youth scholarships. So
Yeah.
that's why we're doing it.
That's great. Yeah, I was recalling yesterday because John was talking about the Youth Scholarship Fund on our last Facebook Live, and I remember actually going to hip hop dance classes at the downtown Anaheim Youth Center, and I remember just having a lot of fun and being able to meet new people. And so it's great that the city puts them on, but then also that there is this fund to offset for those youth and families who can't afford that extra place, you know, to go to have something to do after school or something to do over the summer, like you said, the camps. So yeah, I think we've all definitely benefited from those city programs, and it is nice to have a community foundation that can support those that can't afford it. So awesome. And so you live in Anaheim as well, and you said so East Oak Canyon, so you're near Oak Canyon, and then also is that
Yeah,
the
so like the East Anaheim
Center?
Community Center is where like my kids have done basketball and volleyball and
Yeah.
um, art, things like that. And we're not too far from the nature center.
Yes.
But again, Anaheim is such a big city geographically. It's, I mean, I think a couple 100,000 people, 300,000 people who live in Anaheim. So it really is a big city and obviously very diverse, and the needs vary greatly. But
Yeah.
this is something that I just really feel like all Anaheim residents can really rally around this. This is something that every Anaheim resident can participate in. I mean, like all of our kids can benefit from this. And then, and then it's like neighbor helping neighbor.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. So you're on the very east end, and then I grew up more in the middle. So now that we're in districts, right? So you're District 6, right? I believe.
I think
And
so.
my family grew up in District 2. So the place I went to is Downtown Youth Center and Brookhurst Community Center. So those two were home for me for all my city classes. So it's funny how it's funny, it's small world, you know, just how everyone's kind of connected. So it's fun. So tell us about your page. What's your goal and anything you want to
Oh,
shout
so
out?
I think it defaults to $500. In fact, don't mind me. I'm gonna actually look at my phone
Yeah.
right now. Um, so we just $500. I mean, we've donated to jumpstart it, and then what I did this morning, because it is just today, is I've just privately sent out messages, either text or through Messenger, to friends and neighbors who I think would be inclined to donate and who then would also be inclined to maybe share it. And so that's what I was actually looking at Facebook right now. It looks like my post is being reshared, which makes me happy.
Yes.
um, I think one of my friends donated, but maybe she just donated directly to ACF and not on my page because she texted back that she donated, but I'm not seeing it. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just as long as ACF gets the money, I don't care
Well,
if
and
it
you know
comes
what's
via my
funny? You
page.
know, I had a little frequent moment this morning because I donated first too. I have a page as well, and I first donated, and then I went to share it, but it didn't share my page. It shared the overall page, and I was like, oh no! So yeah, so those of you who are listening, if you are responding to somebody's Facebook or announcement about their peer-to-peer fundraising, uh, just a good rule of thumb is you should see your friend's name, so it should say like Sheila's page or Victoria's page. So if you don't see that, reach out to the person that invited you to give, so that it makes it's going to go to the same cause, but to help those who do have their own peer-to-peer fundraising so that it counts for that. Look for their name. So I think that's a good note, good tip.
But again, ultimately, just give. It doesn't matter.
Yes, yeah, and you know what? I've been so inspired by all these giving days. So for those, just kind of remind everyone, these giving days are co-hosted thanks to the Orange County Community Foundation, and they provide all of the back end support. So the ability for you to even do a peer-to-peer fundraising page, there has to be a system and a software that goes with that. So having them as kind of like the behind the scenes manpower to make this happen has been wonderful. And then all the organizations participating. And what I've seen, there's been like 2 or 3 since COVID happened. And they've all been so successful, even given the time that we're in, which I think is a testament to the giving still in our community.
Sorry, you kind of broke up on me for a second there. You said they've
Oh,
all been very successful.
yes, given the time, given us being in the time of COVID, and
Yeah.
I'm sure there's people that have lost their jobs or that are worried about the future. But even so, the giving days that OCCF has still continued to do with our nonprofits have been very successful.
Yeah. Well, and I think there's kind of a sentiment now where people who are working who haven't been hit financially, there's like a more compelling reason to give. I know that's something that I've heard from some of, my friends and just, just hearing conversations. The need right now, it's based on something that's so beyond anybody's control, that there's a different kind of compassion. So I don't know. To me, it's not surprising that the days of giving have been really successful because I think people truly understand the need
Right.
and and do, if they have the means, they want to help. So I think it's good timing.
Yeah.
And I know too, through this day of giving, obviously the community foundation is raising money, but then they're also helping to support other organizations that are serving kids in Anaheim.
Yes.
So I know who some of them are, but I think you know them better. So maybe I'll let you talk about those.
Yeah, the other organizations. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we've got Pure Game, and Pure Game is a youth soccer serving organization that also provides character development. We've got Anaheim Ballet, very native to Anaheim, been in the space for 30 years now. Chance Theater, also which I think is near you, right? You're not too far from
Yes.
Chance Theater.
Hmm.
They put on some amazing art and theater performances. Girls Inc., providing um, girl empowerment courses and just after school programming for girls. Voice of Refugees, which this is the first time learning about them through this process, and they are very connected in the near Brookhurst Community Center and serving a lot of refugees that come and get placed in Anaheim. And then I think, Big Brothers Big Sisters, which is dear to my heart because that was one of my very first jobs in the sector. So they are supporting. They have what I've always known about them, and I think it's still true, is they serve a lot of Anaheim youth and Santa Ana, and a lot of the children that are on the wait list come from Anaheim. So there's a high volume of kids that looking for big. So if you are listening and you're in a position where you can't give, but this is the time to volunteer, obviously reach out to any of these organizations and see if they need volunteers, because I guarantee you they do. So, and then Boys and Girls Club of Greater Anaheim and Cypress, we know them well, near Manzanita Park, and Network Anaheim, which is raising money for the Oasis Family Resource Center close to Paul Revere Elementary School. So those are them, and it looks like they're doing pretty well. I'm looking at the leaderboard again. So since in the 15 minutes, Sheila, that we've been talking, what did I say we start off at? Do you remember?
We were 22%. I don't remember what that was dollar wise.
Okay, so now we're at 24%. I think we were around 15,000, so we are at 18,200.
That's awesome.
So we just grew 2% in the 10, 15 minutes we've been talking. So everybody keep checking those pages. It's not too late. I don't know, maybe it is too late for a peer-to-peer page, but if you don't know anyone giving or has a peer-to-peer page, it's okay. You can go to the main link, ImpACT Anaheim Giving Day. We'll make sure that it's posted in this feed on the comments, and you can browse all of the nonprofits. There's a page there, and you can learn about them, and then just give. So it's a really great tool, and I want to thank you, Sheila, for coming on and just helping us jumpstart the morning.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't know if we mentioned, but there is a match also, right? Is there a match?
Yes, every single
Okay.
organization has a match. So for ACF, the match is 10,000, and it's an anonymous donor to ACF. So when you give, or when anyone gives, it's every dollar equals really $2 because it's going to because there is a match up to 20,000.
Right.
Sorry,
So
up to 10,000
again,
for a
like
total of 20.
with ACF and the scholarships they give to kids, if you think about it, a $25 donation actually equates to a $50 scholarship for a kid for a program. So just, again, every dollar helps, and if you're not in a position to support it, but you can help by just resharing and getting the word out, that is all awesome too.
Yes. Yes. All right. Well, thanks, Sheila, for
Well,
jumping
thanks.
on, and good luck with your page. And
Thank
we'll
you.
be checking in later with other organizations at 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock. So tune back onto the ACF page so we can let you know how we're doing.
Awesome. Well, thanks. Have a great day. Good luck. Bye.